What is up, guys? It's the Allfather here, and just kind of waiting for this next war to end. We're currently up by 2. They've got a couple of high-level attacks left, and rather than just sit around for 45 minutes and watch and sweat things out, I thought I would just go ahead and get to work. And of course, we'll be doing our normal war recap when the war is over, but I thought what we'd do is, rather than tacking on a biggest fail attack at the end, what we would do is we would look at a not top 5 attack replay reel here. And the purpose is not to call anybody out or to show anybody up or anything like that. What I'm hoping to do is, maybe we'll just learn something by watching them. And it's great to look at the 3-star attacks and what goes right, but for many of us, that's not the case. Very rarely, myself included, and many people, do you have a 6-star war, in which case you have bragging rights. But oftentimes things just don't go right. They don't go quite as planned. And so by looking at some of these not top 5 attacks, hopefully we can help, especially our newer players, maybe less developed players, get a little more familiar with some concepts and successful attack strategies, and also what can make your attacks go wrong. And so we're going to go ahead and dial them up. I've got a list in order so that hopefully I can get through them quickly. But we're going to start here with a newer member, and this is ASM Soccer against number 16. He's number 20, so you can see it's obviously a hit up. He's got level 2 dragons, level 4 balloons, and level 3 lightning spells. Doesn't stand a chance from the get-go because level 3 lightning spells, unless they're perfectly placed, are not going to take out that level 6 AD, and even then I'm not sure if that will go ahead and take them out. But there's a couple of just implementation things and things that go wrong in this attack that we can point out and hopefully learn from, improve on, and get that much better the next time. So let's take a look at what happens here. Brings 8 balloons and 8 level 2 dragons, and I'm guessing probably max balloons in the clan castle. Lightning spell's a great idea. You want to try to lightning the AD that is kind of the outlier, farthest away. I would go for the top one. Instead, he kind of goes and lightnings the wall. I'm not sure what the thinking was there. I think it was just a miss. And then drops another one on a different AD. Now, you're never going to take out an AD probably with 3 level 3 lightning spells, much less not dropping them right on the air defense. So he did absolutely nothing, accomplished nothing with that. And then goes ahead and drops all of the balloons in. As you're aware, there's always, at this point, until these updates maybe change things, clan castle dragons. Well, guess what balloons can't do? First of all, they're going to get tore up by these air defenses. Second of all, they don't fight back against clan castle dragons. And so you always put your balloons behind your dragons. The dragons tank and take the hits while the balloons then move in front and take out the defenses. So first off, 3 lightning spells go right on the air defense to take 1 out. It doesn't do any good to get partial hits on different air defenses, much less taking out walls on an air attack. Secondly, your drags go in front in order to create that tanking barrier so that your balloons can come in behind and start sniping defenses. And so those are just a couple things with this attack. Does actually manage to salvage 1 star, surprisingly, just because a couple of the, one of the dragons there goes around the outside and actually stays away from the air defenses. But these ones that are in the middle end up, once they get in the middle and get in the range of that air defense, they're no match for that, and it goes down very quickly. So not a great attack, so if you're newer to the game, that's understandable to make some of those mistakes, but these are things that you just got to know and learn pretty quickly. If you're going to do dragon attacks, which you should be doing at Town Hall 7 and Town Hall 8 against low-level ADs, you have to get those lightning spells. You have to miss them, and your first upgrade priority needs to be the level 4 lightning spell, level 5 balloons, and level 3 dragons. So we'll live and learn from that one and move on to our next not so top attack. I don't even want to look at what's going on in the war because I'm trying to distract myself from that. But we'll go ahead and look at what was supposed to be our nuke attack. Town Hall 9, number 6, dropping 10 spaces to number 16. And doesn't doesn't happen. So let's see if we can figure out what went wrong. Drops that hog there, goes ahead and gets the lure. Nothing wrong there. Drags him out to the corner. This is just standard trigger, drag, cluster, and kill. So far everything's going well. Barb walk there to get him out to the edge, even a giant, because that giant will soak up some more of the fire and not go down with one shot. Only one witch. If you're going to do a witch kill, you need to bring 2 witches, especially when you're only level 1. If you look at the successful witch, barb, wizard kills, you have to have the 2 witches so that you have enough skeletons. They respawn quick enough to run underneath the dragon. Otherwise, they can kill the skeletons quick enough and turn on your witches. And so he does end up getting it eventually. Goes ahead and drops the golem to try to distract the troops even more. But you see here, we've got both of our golems down, and our clan castle still is not dealt with. And that's going to be another critical thing that goes wrong. Drops a poison spell just to try to slow up their rate of attack. Does finally get it down, but look at that, the golem's already busted. So it hasn't even made it to the first defense, and his golem is busted already. And the max clan castle golem is already almost gone and ready to bust as well. And we're not even through the first layer of defenses. Goes ahead and drops that. Slow playing the wizards in the back. The idea of having wizards behind your tanks is they need to be behind your tanks. They need to be, while the tanks are there soaking up the damage, the wizards need to be right there behind them, taking defenses out. It doesn't make sense to slow play your wizards. The only thing you really need to worry about is holding back maybe just a small handful, 2 or 3 for cleanup. Everything else needs to be going right behind your kill squad so that they work together. The tanking and the DPS work together in concert. And that's critical. And he does bring some back-end hogs there, but there's too many defenses, and he's only got 2 heal spells. And 3 hogs, or however many, 4 or 5 hogs, even with 2 heal spells, unless they're level 12 heal spells, which don't exist, of course, they're just not going to make it. And so all the tanking is already gone, which he needed to distract defenses for the back end. And so he's still got all these wizards left on the backside, and he's even got a wall breaker, you know. So obviously it just wasn't a good army comp, because why would you have a wall breaker left? You either use it on the front side or you sub it out for some cleanup troops. And so, you know, this was supposed to be kind of a no-brainer, easy nuke attack. Things happen, sometimes for no good reason. Dedumus did end up nuking a higher base number 12 and 3-starring that. So just for whatever reason, didn't get this one right. And those are a couple of the reasons why. But that is number 2 on our list of our not top 5. And another base that we struggled with for whatever reason was their number 4 base. And 2 of our top attackers still struggled with it. We're going to look at here, Mountain Dew Maniac, 44% 0-star. He's bringing a Go Wee Wee with just a ton of wizards, but not a ton of wall breakers. And so let's see what maybe went wrong here. Gets a good golem spread there, no lure. Brings a 3 wall breakers. So there's one problem. Only brought enough wall breakers to get through 1 wall. His other golem on the other side is just beating on the wall instead of getting in there and dealing with those defenses. So probably needed to bring 3 wall breakers for the other side. Gets just a ton of witches and wizards going up the middle, getting ready to deal with the clan castle. Right about here I would heal him. Yep, he does that, so that's good. Rage, and so they're going to deal with the clan castle quickly. That's all good. He gets his jump spell in there so that hopefully they jump to the core, which they do. And but that other golem does not go to the core. He keeps circling, and that's really what ended up killing it, I think. And this is a Cyanide base, the internet-based Town Hall 9 called Cyanide, and it is an anti-go wipe base. It is designed to get your troops to circle around that core and not go to the middle like that. So that's why he brought the jump spell. Did not have a king. That king as a 3rd tank might have been a good help. And also the direction that he ended up going at the base, there's not really a great direction, but the direction he came at it, he ends up going at both expos at once. And, you know, the queen was out of range, so maybe the better attempt, and we did have a successful attempt coming from the bottom left side, just avoiding the queen altogether pretty much. And so, you know, good army comp, plenty of DPS, maybe needed a little bit extra tank, and just needed that golem to go in the middle to take up some of the heat of those Teslas and Expos, and just didn't happen. So sometimes you're the victim of the AI bug, and things just don't go where you think they're going to go. And unfortunately, sometimes that can sink a raid. Not to be outdone, of course, on that same base was Dead Wizard against number 4. And got 45%, so 1% better than due. Again, brings a Hogo Wee Wee, has the extra wall breakers, does a lure, gets in there, lures the clan castle, and takes out a defense, so nothing wrong with that. That all looks like it's going well. Again, drags him down to the queen side. Pretty much at Town Hall 9, you're taught, and the general good way to do things, especially if you're going to be dealing with hogs, is attack to the queen side, because she's basically a ranged archer tower, and the Barbarian King is a proximity troop, but that queen can just sit behind a wall and pound on your troops all day long. And so for some reason, the queen starts targeting other buildings instead of the dragon. That hurts, has to use the ability way too quick in order to deal with the clan castle troops. So that's part of what went wrong, and that hurt a lot. Same golem spread as we saw with Dew, but you see that queen is jumping out, and the Barbarian King should be down. There he is. And the queen just starts going to work on some troops, but she's down pretty quick, so there's still plenty going on. There's enough troops. Brings that same spell combination that Mountain Dew Maniac brought. Hogs come in behind to try to just help clear defenses out a little quicker and maybe work their way to the core. And jump spell to try to get everything moving towards the core. And again, that golem is up in that top compartment. He's trapped up there. He is taking the fire from the defenses, so that's good. With the wall breakers, they break the core, but the problem, I think, is also as we had the double giant bombs there. So even if you got your wizards and your witch and your kill squad to the core, and even under a heal there, because there's a double giant bomb, it just blows them all up. So again, that's why I said the successful attack ended up having to come from the other side and avoiding that double giant bomb. But for some reason, the king comes into play because he came to attack another troop and drew the attention of the other troops, and so they went after the king as well. So those wizards, instead of targeting the town hall and probably could have taken out with a couple more shots, they end up going after the Barb King, and that pretty much sinks the rest of the attack. So wizards that were saved for cleanup, which is, I mean, again, a good idea, but still 5% short. There was a lot of things that went wrong there. So, and let's see, next one we're going to look at, Darth versus number 15 here. Looks like a nice failed attack, 44%, 0 stars. Let's see if we can take a look at what might have gone wrong here. Golems, wizards, and back-end balloons. Goal's going to be to break into the core, take out all of the air defenses, and then back in the bottom side with loons while the archer towers are engaged in the core, would be my guess. Brings the quad quake. Opens up access to the core. The problem is, if you look at how this base is designed, when he comes in from the top, even with those two golems, they're going to run all the way around the base. You see, he's intentionally left gaps all the way around the base. And what that's designed to do is make the golems go, they're going to take the path of least resistance and try to hit the closest defense. And so what we're going to see, my guess, is that he's going to get the golems in, he's going to get the clan castle taken out. He goes ahead and brings his own barbs and wizards, but they're not really running underneath the dragon, which is what you want. And so he spends just a ton of troops trying to get a lure and a kill done. At this point, you might as well just drop your golems and try to get it done, because he's got only 10 wizards left. He does do that. So again, good recovery plan. Drops his golems. Hopefully they see they're going to go to the wizard tower because it's right in the middle. Hopefully they'll split and spread sideways. But he's still got that clan castle pounding on those golems, and the one's already busted. They do split, which is what you want. But again, his goal with this attack is to get to the core and get those air defenses out. And so that split, while it protects his troops, isn't helping him accomplish the goal with his back-end balloons. And so, not sure why you would bring all of these wall breakers when you've already quaked to the middle. You don't need to break the walls to those mortars. Your wizards should be able to take those out. And so, And unfortunately with the Quad Quake, you only have one spell. He's got minimal troops that went to the core. His Valks ended up circling around the outside because they'll do that. Their AI will tell them to go to wherever the buildings are clumped up the most, even if it's not the closest. And so he only gets one air defense taken out. His troops don't go to the core, and he's got tons of back-end balloons, but they're going to do no good because there's just a ton of anti-air defense left, and this raid is over. So you'll see right there that it's a good plan. It's a good idea as far as looking at the base, seeing all that air stuck in the core. And in the war recap video, you'll get to see the 3-star attack on that, but just didn't quite get accomplished what needed to happen for that to be effective. So our last one, well, I guess that was the last one. I think that might have been 5 we saw. Yep, that looks like it was 5. So there you go. There's the not top 5 for this war. We have 28 minutes left. We're up by 1 star, and let's see. They've got one number 2 guy left to attack, and let's see if he has the ability to get 2 stars. He is going to have to attack. He's probably going to have to attack Awesome Sauce, and he's going to have to 3 it. So that's going to be exciting. Finish to this war. Here he goes. Since it's there, no, that's a different guy. We don't have to worry about that. He's number 20. Hopefully he won't do anything there. But he's going to have to get Awesome Sauce. He's going to have to 3 it for the win, and so it's going to be an exciting finish. But so there's the not top 5, and hopefully we can take some of the things that we learned. You learn from your mistakes, and so here's some of our mistakes, and we can learn from them and improve. And of course, we will look forward to this war ending and the war recap, and hopefully the good guys will come out on top. So this is the Allfather. Until next time, reminding you, sucking sucks. So let's get better and take what we learned in these videos and do better next time.